On The Big Bang Theory, Melissa Roach explains where Bernadette's distinctive high voice came from. Bernadette, played by Roach, and Amy, played by Mayim Bialik, were both upgraded to series regulars in season 4 after having been recurring guest stars. After meeting Bernadette, Penny's co-worker at the Cheesecake Factory, Howard developed romantic feelings for her. Her voice is probably the most recognizable one among her other wonderful qualities. In her guest appearance on Mayim Bialik's Breakdown, Roach informs co-star Bialik that Bernadette's voice wasn't originally written for the show, even though The Big Bang Theory concluded in 2019. She actually thought of it as a way to stand out during the audition process. Even though her voices are completely different from Bernadette's on The Big Bang Theory, Roach claims that her mother was an influence. Below you can find her complete explanation. It was originally intended for Roach's appearance as Bernadette on The Big Bang Theory to be a brief guest spot, as she said before. After producers decided to add more people to the cast of The Big Bang Theory for season 4, CBS chose to promote her full-time. The nerd-centric sitcom would not have been the same without Bernadette, even though she was not the focal point of every episode. Simon Helberg's character could have remained sleazy for much longer if she and Howard hadn't intervened, amplifying complaints about the show's comedic style. Bernadette was a key part of the show's success. Her character was well developed, and her voice gave the stories more depth. Only Mrs. Wolowitz from The Big Bang Theory was renowned for having a distinctive voice. Bernadette began to show signs of sounding more like her mother-in-law in subsequent seasons. Even while that could be terrifying for other spouses, Howard remained unfazed. Considering how close he was to his mother, it might have provided him with some solace following her death. Even though he and Mrs. Wolowitz had their disagreements, he clearly adored his mom, and Bernadette's voice was quite similar to hers, which probably helped him cope with his loss. There were a lot of running jokes on The Big Bang Theory. Included in this category are Roach's social awkwardness around females, Sheldon's peculiar habit of knocking, and his Bazinga catchphrase. But as the show continued, most of them were discarded. The dedication of Roach to the role was remarkable, since Bernadette's voice was the only one that stayed the same until the production ended 12 years later.